Okay, welcome fellow deep trance slash paranormal slash revelatory whatever aficionados. This is the, I don't know how many addresses there have been so far, but perhaps a throwback to the more traditional days of me ranting and rambling for extended periods of time. I'll try to just cut this up into 10-minute segments, but I know it's going to be longer than usual. So, what have I been doing? Along the lines of the paranormal research and stuff, I have been digging up more stuff regarding that line of research, and this is the book called The Scole Experiment by Grant and Jane Solomon. They kind of just wrote a novel, well, not really a novel, it's a book, but it's a short book, relatively, a couple hundred pages, as kind of an introduction slash overview to the Scole Experiment. Now, for those of you, probably most of you who don't know what the Scole Experiment is, it is along the lines of the standard psychic research. So some of the people from the Society for Psychical Research did get involved in this and were invited, but it was started by a different group of people that were just into mediumship and things and trying things out and whatnot, and eventually they kind of got on to apparently, according to what they were being channeled and stuff, they contacted a group of entities that were kind of organized on the other side. And this group of entities were like kind of scientists, researcher types that were really interested in improving the connection with our side, trying out different types of techniques as to what could be done, what could not be done, and how could it be improved, and just, in general, interested in researching that kind of thing and working with people on our side. And so the way the book tells the story, it kind of splits this into two groups. One of them it calls the group, and that was the humans, like flesh and blood humans like us, that were the mediums and people researching this. And then the other was called the team, and the team was the people on the spiritual side, the spirits, whatnot, that were of apparently some kind of scientific bent and interested in advancing that line of research. So it all kind of, and then they got some people from the Society for Psychical Research involved and stuff, and it all kind of culminated in these, what is called the Scole Experiment, and basically these two groups, the human and celestial, or whatever you want to call it, working together, established kind of a protocol. They established this regimen where they were going to do these experiments and get people together, and it was all organized, and they got a place set up and cameras and all kinds of things, and it's just incredibly rich. I could spend all day talking about it. But the book isn't all that there is to tell about it. There's a little website that basically tells you what the book has to say. Just Google for Scole Experiment, SCOLE. And of course, there was, since the Society for Psychical Research was involved and these were more rigorous types, there was actual research in peer-reviewed journals as far as peer-reviewed in this field. It's all viewed as a bunch of BS by the mainstream scientific community, I'm sure. But no, the Society for Psychical Research does have its own peer-reviewed journal and everything. And in one of those journals, I think it was the Proceedings for the Society for Psychical Research, there was a 300-page document that was published. I think it's in the 99 version. I'll try to dig up the exact details and publish them in the comments for this video. Don't have to get into it here and do a lot of researching. But that was more rigorous and went into a lot more detail and more scientific, unbiased, whatnot. So it's really interesting, and this is right along the lines of Leonora Piper and all these other mediums that apparently had something to them, at least from time to time. And there's just a lot of incredible stuff they discovered. The mediums were able to like just imprint images and words and things and diagrams onto film, even in sealed containers, and then they go develop the film, and they got video that was apparently influenced by the spirit realm and stuff. And I'm kind of disappointed they don't have all that video up online where you can look at it. I mean, you can't look at it in a journal, so I don't know. Maybe they're saving it for some landmark bombshell documentary that'll be on the Discovery Channel or something. Anyway, so I get the impression that it kind of stopped after, it was like a 10-year period or something from 98 to, or maybe less, 5-year period starting in, I can't remember what the dates are. Just read the book. But anyway, so it was pretty fascinating. It's kind of over apparently now, and I don't know if there's going to be a subsequent stage of research or interacting with these entities, but as always, the more I look into this stuff, the more I realize that this stuff has never stopped. There's always been some medium or mediums or whatever, or channels that have been able to contact the other side in various capacities, and the story goes on. Anyway, so that's that. I've got the 300-page document on loan from Interlibrary Loan. You can get on the website for, I think it's for the Society for Psychical Research. By the way, they have a great website. I guess I was looking at the American Society before, and there's not much to it, but boy, the British one, they've got a great website. It's a really active community, and lots of research is still ongoing, and you can access their journal articles online. You can access them all online for free for like 10 days, and then you have to you have to be a member, you know, probably paying like $50 a year or something, I don't know. Kind of like the Edgar Casey thing. But, I don't know, lots of cool stuff in there, and I'll probably go into it in more detail when I finish this book at least, and I'm sure I'll do a book review of it and maybe do another SDC video of it. But, so yeah, I guess I'll try to cut this stuff up into chunks that make sense. So on that topic, not a whole lot else. I moved on to some other things, and I got into that a little bit. Yeah, it looks really promising, really interesting. So I think I'll stop this video here since it's like 7.5 minutes long, and start another one talking about the other stuff.